Dale here, back with another video for WRESTLEBUDDY.com, and this time I'm bringing you the top 5 reasons why WWE isn't sweating AEW. Number 5. Affiliations. 3 years ago, AEW was a startup company taking as much talent as they could under their wing. They brought in the likes of stars of yesteryear, indie darlings, and overseas talent with strong fan bases. This is a bold move, however, mixed into the shuffle you have guys that make a following playing video games and other incapable workers that have matches with sexual instruments in gymnasiums. I see you, Marco Stunt. Take away from sexual misconduct talent like Jimmy Havoc, who was given the boot in a strong move by Tony Khan once the allegations arose. These are the bottom tier talent that could be forgotten about. However, in the recent news, we have credible website ProWrestlingTees.com serving as the main merchandise hub for AEW, involved in a massive data breach which had occurred in the early days of November. The news of this breach had come to light on December 20th with silence in between. Meanwhile, on December 22nd episode of Dynamite, the company still runs commercials and promotions for the breach website. This partnership could now involve fraudulent mishaps for fans of the young promotion. AEW took the risk that WWE wasn't ever going to get involved with, and it backfired. Number 4. Goalpost shifting. Look, as much as fans can bicker about who is better with their program, it's no secret that we will never again be on the level of Raw and Nitro splitting 12 million viewers on Monday nights. Those days are long gone, so what's the next best thing? A wrestling journalist white knighting AEW and claiming how they win key demographics. This would be the 18 to 49 age range of viewers. This is also the first time fans of wrestling would ever use ratings moniker to dictate if a promotion is good. This is the red flag on the hill that AEW's fans want to die on. And good for them. However, what they don't realize is that WWE reaches wider audience by not only having characters kids like, but also marketing merchandise to them. We may not like it, but a Lily doll is for girls under the age of 10. The New Day had a cereal for children. Hell, Hulk Hogan had vitamins. Two completely different games, and I'm siding with the company that has pumped hundreds of millions of dollars into research with how the intrigue of a fan base will continue. Number 3. Tying up funds. The last list I had showed the unfortunate side of WWE with laying off good people in front and behind the camera. It's part of business of every type, especially with the latest pandemic. Tony Khan has been a very generous man, giving these castaways contracts to join his company. While these have resulted in extremely large splashes, the shine wears off extremely quick. Case in point, Adam Cole. Cole was a premier wrestler on NXT, and before he was brought up to the main roster, there was reports of him being used in a managerial role for Keith Lee, of all people. Without a doubt, a waste. However, the WWE back office will not let people walk away from earning money. They see Tony Khan using as much of the resources that he could to pay people whatever he could afford, and for Vince McMahon, that is a win for him. He always told people that if they could make more money elsewhere, then he wouldn't blame anyone for going to do so. He will find other stars on his roster. Case in point, out goes Keith Lee, and perhaps in comes Odyssey Jones? Number 2. Where do the big girls play? Britt Baker is an established pillar, according to CM Punk. She's accomplished something that nobody could have called in AEW. She was set to be a babyface frontrunner against the likes of Nyla Rose in the beginning of the promotion. An injury derailed her, and condescending interviews with Tony Schiavone have made her into an empathetic heel. Think of Sami Zayn on SmackDown, but with sex appeal. Her matches with Thunder Rosa was a great program in 2021. Name one other credible feud. This woman's roster is lacking in talent. That also includes the likes of former champions Riho, Nyla Rose, and Shida. A clunky type of working that isn't convincing anyone of credible wrestling. Serena Deeb helps fill the card with her incredible in-ring work alongside Thunder Rosa, Jamie Hayter, Ty Conti, and Anna Jay, but they aren't highlighted enough across TV against the snooze fest of the division. Hop across to WWE and take this into the equation. When you watch Bianca Belair in a match, are you not entertained? She's far and above all the talent on AEW, including the champion. And for the rest of the women's division in the WWE, you have to stop and actually realize that this is the women's division. The equivalency transcends across both men and women in the WWE, and that's probably the most important thing in any company in modern times, let alone in wrestling. And the number one reason why WWE isn't sweating AEW? Episodic television. Beginning, middle, and ending. That is what makes up a television program. AEW has been enjoying mediocre success with no amendments into their production, while this includes specials after Dynamites or Rampages highlighting specific matchups. These are things that could easily be put into their regular program on top of matches that nobody cares about. AEW does pride themselves on action. However, Tony Khan needs to step back and say less is more. Every single interview and every single angle is a run-in or interference where nothing really matters and shows no importance since it happens constantly. It seems as though those things we would talk about in junior high or on Tuesday mornings are now the norm for how a wrestling program should be. WWE makes you know what exactly happened, where it occurred, why it's important, and where this will go. It's a production technique that has been perfected for 35 plus years. There's a simple reason why we recall the vignettes of "I've dislocated my vertebrae, fractured my back, or broke my neck," and "Don't try this at home." This is just their video packaging. The main attribute is how to format TV. Throughout each episode, we see back office interactions that stem from the beginning of the show all throughout the course of an episode. Look at how SmackDown has made the most hated babyface into a loved heel. This format, alongside the genius of Paul Heyman, just shows how making a compelling program and storyline alongside being entertainment is why WWE is upon levels above AEW. This is Dale signing off for WrestleBuddy. Make sure that you tune in, subscribe, and click for notifications. And please be safe out there and just love wrestling.